Okay, Houston, we have a problem. This bowl, I have had this bowl for a long time because this is the first bowl that I had ever done with a lid on it, and it's got a crack in the lid. It didn't even turn out too good. In fact, this was a flop bowl I made a lid from. Well, I just decided to make a lid out of that. I did wax this whole lid, but right here on the very edges here, I think some of it must have gotten stuck or something. Anyway, it's not coming off of here, and I had a nice swirl on the inside that I had glazed up for an example, and well, I'm going to have him cut this bowl, the lid off the bowl, just so I can see how it looked like inside, and so I will report back how it turned out. So I guess I'll be saying goodbye to this lid. Very sad, unless somebody can think of something to do. This bowl wasn't that thick. I don't know. Okay, my husband did this, the glazing on the spoon rest. My daughter did the design. This is Tiger's Eye, and it has Pam's Blue on the flower. Of course, it didn't come out blue. So, this was my first sponge holder I'd done. And I put some little designs in that. Actually, I think I did that with a screw head or something. And my husband glazed this with Tiger's Eye, and I wanted to see if you can capture that, Austin, because this has a, I'm not going to be able to do it there either. I'm trying to get the best place. This has a kind of a purple color to this. Here is a sponge holder I did, and it has the Pam's Blue and Tiger's Eye. Now, what happens is when the blue is applied to the Tiger's Eye, it turns green. So that's why when I look at it, I get kind of confused because it's green and I didn't use the green. This is Pam's Blue over Tiger's Eye. Okay? Okay, my husband did this sponge holder, and he says that this is Tiger's Eye with Toshi Brown over the top. Tiger's Eye is a Laguna glaze, and the Toshi Brown is a Coyote glaze. So I'm glad we get some use out of that. That kind of turned out pretty. Okay, this was done with Tiger's Eye, 3 coats. And if you look at the bottom, that is what it looks like on the dark stoneware. That's what Tiger's Eye looks like. Gunmetal green was applied over the top. And then he put Toshi over the edges. I told him he'd come up with a beautiful color. This cut was done the same way. The problem is, though, on my yarn bowls, they're done in B-mix, and this is the buff clay. Nice run. I see we could probably take this down a little more next time, but you know how the gunmetal grain runs. Okay. This is a Star of David mug that I've been working on some of these. And this says that I've done it in mottled blue and it's turned green. So if that is what I used on their mug, then I'm going to have a boo-boo when I get underneath this next shelf. Because it's not supposed to be green, it's supposed to be all blue. Anyway, I'll have to just send him photos to see if he still wants it. Okay. Okay, here's a small plate that I threw on the wheel. I used Pam's Blue for this swoosh here. Yep, and it's turned green. And I waxed it and put Laguna's Blue Frost Matte around the bottom here. And then I applied Celadon around the edges after waxing. And then, oh yeah, and that's also got a little bit of Tiger's Eye, but not much, just enough to give it a little darker color than that light Celadon. See the back, the Celadon here, how light? Well, I put a little tiger's eye in there to make it a little bit darker. I really like this, how this plate turned out. Just one of my little experiments. Okay, this was my first throne plate. Didn't turn out too bad, but I had my husband just do a design on it, and so he used the underglazes, and he painted on a palm tree after he put on the underglazes, which is a Mayco's orange and Duncan's neon red.
Red wagon.
Excuse me, red wagon.
Neon yellow.
And the neon yellow. All underglazes. Then we took a high fire clear glaze and put over the top, but I don't know what's happening. I'm going to have to find out. This is kind of, I caught him putting it on too thick. So I think that that's what happened here. We will sand this plate and refire it with some clear glaze and see what we get out of it. But he did a wonderful job.
Awesome.
Needs to get around the edges a little more. And I did stain this plate. Is this just a stain here now? All this is a stain on the back. We stained it and with some of the Mayco's stoneware.
That's the red and the yellow mix. I got an orange mix.
We didn't paint it though, did we?
I did. Red and orange.
Oh, I'm sorry. He painted this with orange and red. And it's got stain on it. Okay. Here's another mug that my husband done, and it's the tiger's eye. The Toshi over the edges with gunmetal green. That turned out pretty. Inside looks really good. Okay. Okay, on B-Mix, this is what the tiger's eye looks like with 3 coats. I really, really like it. Like I said, it shows some purple looking colors in it. It almost looks like the color Toshi Brown there. Oh man, this is really nice. That again, that's a Laguna glaze. I'm really loving this bowl because this is some of the colors that I like. You've seen my mug, so this matches the mug. It was 1 dip of Shino, and I watered my Shino down some because I really don't like it even get this dark. But anyway, so the more you water it down, the more lighter it should be. So I dipped it, and then I put Toshi Brown halfway down, and then I put gunmetal green about 1.5 inches down in it. You see it ran, but it did not run that much. And then it ran inside a little bit. Very pleased with this bowl. Okay. Okay, another sponge holder. Now this is the model blue, Coyote's model blue. And it's just the model blue by itself. It does have hints of green. So, anyway. And the other sponge holder I did is Pam's blue with the gunmetal green over the top of that. Really, really like that. Yeah, I know the vase is crooked, but I decided to do it. I'll keep it myself. I wouldn't dare try to sell that. Got warped somehow. It did not happen in the kiln. This actually happened while it was drying. Okay. Here's another one of the tiger's eye and Toshi Brown and the gunmetal green back over the top. My husband did a set of these. Okay. Okay, here's my yarn bowls. I did this one in a model blue, and I put gunmetal green over the top, which the green and the blue from the model blue turned it another shade of blue. The only thing I don't like about this is the inside, the way I put the little striping in there. It just didn't do anything for it at all. I did 2 of them in the Midnight Rain. People seem to really like this color, and I think this turned out really pretty. I like it. This is the Laguna's Midnight Rain. That's one of them. Here's the other one. They look just alike to me. Pretty much. The other one, the Y is a little different, I think, maybe. Someone said that they liked orange, so I did an orange one. That's the bright orange. Then I had a customer order. She wanted a small one of these, so I dipped it in Shino. She didn't want that the really red is really bright, and she didn't want it real bright, so I dipped it in Shino to break the red. And I think she'll be pleasantly pleased with this one here. I did one in Peacock. This one is done in the Peacock. This one's done in this is Pam's Blue. It was 3 coats. So this is what Pam's Blue looks like. There's nothing bright about that Pam's Blue at all. I also had a bunch of chattering on this. These are the things I told you was going to be like a pencil sharpener or a little idea to put, maybe give a quilter, or you could put maybe a little small pair of scissors, some needles, a fat quarter you could roll up and put in there. Anyway, just a little bundled package, or maybe a school teacher, you could bundle it for her. What I did was I took some black wash, some stoneware wash, and I went into the crevices of this chattering. Then I wiped it back off, and I didn't do very much, so it's just very subtle here. Then I took really red and went over the top of it, and that kind of broke it down. And inside I did the same thing, and if you can see that, you can see the little bit of black, little specks like inside this. This is done on B-Mix. So really, really like the way this turned out. This is a little idea. My leaf mugs, I did this, I used iron wash over them. Okay, remember I was talking about this speckled Moody Blue? Well, I used iron wash on this mug. I waxed the leaves on it. Then I put 3 coats of this Moody Blue. And then I put a very thick coat of gunmetal green on it. And I went all the way down with it. Kind of brushed it in there, and that's what color it turned. I hope I can reproduce this mug, because I really like this. It's going to make some blue ones anyway. So I think that turned out, and it really turned out in the leaves. This is leaving them raw. Okay, that is it for my kiln opening. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you will join me in the next clip. Thank you for watching.